Hello and welcome to TTV News. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of October 11 in Hanoi, Mr. Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa, Secretary of the Party Central Committee and head of the Central Committee for Propaganda and Training, chairs the National Conference on Research and Implementations of the Politburo's Conclusion number 57, dated June 15, 2023, on continuing to improve the qualities and efficiencies of internal information work in the new situation.
Addressing the conference, Mr. Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa suggested that in the coming time, localities will continue to deeply understand the party's policy on foreign information work in the new situation, renovate contents and methods of external information to ensure timely, accurate, flexible, and appropriate, close connection between domestic information and external information, close connection between domestic and external information, strengthen coordination among agencies, localities, and units throughout the political system, mobilize the participation of the business community and the people in external information propaganda, strengthen the struggle and rebuttal with false and negative information that harms national interests, affecting the process of socio-economic development, ensuring national defense and security. In the morning of October 11, 2023, the delegation of officials and prosecutors of the People's Democratic Republic visited and worked with the People's Procuracy of the Ninh Province on skills and experience in procuracy. Following and working with the delegation at the People's Procuracy of the Ninh Province, there was Mr. Ngô Văn Hối, Director and the collective of the provincial and district officers and prosecutors. At the meeting, the two sides exchanged and discussed issues related to the People's Procuracy profession. This is a very important activity, not only cementing the professional cooperation relationship, enhancing mutual understanding between the two countries' procuracy, but also contribute to deepening the traditional friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos.
In the morning of October 10, the national delegation of the Ninh Province have a conference working with departments, branches, and interright before the 6 sessions of the 15th National Assembly. Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and head of the National People's Delegation, Phạm Hùng Thái, presided over the conference. The National Councillor, including Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Phương, and Mr. Trần Hữu Hậu, attended the conference.
At the conference, delegates requested the Provincial National Delegation to propose the government to open a financial package for consumption, supporting enterprises to access capital sources in the conditions of enterprises facing many difficulties. Delegates also requested state management agencies to provide extensive information on investment projects in the province so that enterprises and investors can access information. In addition, delegates also proposed the authorities to create favorable conditions for tourists in entering and exiting, especially tourists visiting tourism in the province. Delegates also petitioned the Provincial National Delegation to the National Assembly to amend a number of articles of the law on military service. At the monitoring meeting in localities, members of the monitoring delegation also pointed out some shortcomings in the implementation of targets and criteria in building new rural communes, although they have been recognized as meeting standards, but as still formal, the maintenance is not sustainable. In the criteria for roads, most of the rural roads have been interested in investment and hardening. However, some localities built to meet standards do not synchronously build drainage system. After a period of use, it has deteriorated, damaged, and not repaired. Or in terms of income criteria, some communes that meet this criterion report people's income at the time of being sample high due to income generated from land sales rather than from sustainable livelihood. In the target of communes with effective cooperatives, most localities have established cooperatives, but the activities of cooperatives have not been really effective. Many cooperatives operate slowly, not attracting the active participation of farmers. Many farmers join cooperatives and then switch to a small self-production. Leaders of some localities and departments have reported and explained to the monitoring delegation about their difficulties and inadequacies, but at the same time propose solutions to overcome. In the morning of October 11, the monitoring delegation of the Provincial People's Council conducted a monitoring session on the implementation of the National Target Program on New Rural Development in the period of 2021-2025 in the province. Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, presided over the monitoring session. On the side of the Provincial People's Committee, Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, attended the meeting. By June 30, 2023, TayNinhTV has 61 out of 71 communes meeting the new rural standard. The organization of building, maintenance, and improving the quality of criteria for communes after being recognized as meeting standards is always determined by all levels, ranges, and localities as a continuous and long-term process. Localities have also focused on maintaining criteria, income, environment, health insurance, access to law, security, and order. This is a volatile criterion. The gap between achieving and failing to acquire fragile, unsustainable. The total capital mobilized for the National Targets Program on New Rural Development across the province as of June 30, 2023 is over 5,300 billion Vietnam dong, of which mainly credit and budget capital. The reciprocal capital from the people contributed is over 157 billion Vietnam dong. The monitoring delegation of the Provincial People's Council suggested that in the remaining time of the period of 2021-2025, the Provincial People's Committee should focus on directing sectors, levels, and localities to implement targets and criteria in new rural construction in a sustainable direction, not stressing achievements. In the morning of October 11, the Board of Representatives of the Bank for Social Policies held the third quarter briefing. Mr. Võ Đức Trâm, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Head of the Representatives of Board of the Directors, Head of the Representatives of Board of Directors of the Bank for Social Policies chaired the conference. In the third quarter, the interested social political organizations coordinated with the Bank for Social Policies, where the lenders performed well in consolidating and improving credit quality. In the first 9 months of 2023, loan sales of the Bank for Social Policy reached over 745 billion Vietnam dong, with more than 22,400 borrowers. By September 30, total outstanding loans of credit programs reached more than 3,673 billion Vietnam dong. Addressing the conference, Mr. Võ Đức Trâm proposed that the representatives of Board of Directors of the Bank for Social Policies of the province and district will pay attention to balancing the allocation of local budget capital entrusted through the Bank for Social Policies at the beginning of the year to provide loans to the poor and policy objects in the area. Accordingly, the total paid capital for completed volume in 2023 is arranged to be over 113.6 billion Vietnam dong. Up to now, investors have well implemented the instructions of the Provincial People's Committee on payment account settlement, actively dispersing capital immediately after capital allocation. Of this, investors have dispersed nearly 76 billion Vietnam dong for 45 projects, reaching nearly 67% of the plan. The remaining 15 projects have not been dispersed. The Provincial People's Committee has also instructed investors to complete the settlement dossier and finalize completed projects, coordinate with the construction unit in fully and promptly implementing procedures to disperse capital according to the construction schedule and assign capital plan. In the period of 2024-2027, TayNinhTV province will implement the investment policy of Chungchin Street project, section from DT7H1 to I-Road 30 Street. The project has a total investment of more than 1,170 billion Vietnam dong. Accordingly, Chungchin Street will be paved by asphalt concrete on the existing road surface to ensure traffic safety, re-establish the pavement in sync with underground work. For example, complete the system of lighting, drainage, traffic safety, wastewater collection in accordance with current regulations and standards.
Ladies and gentlemen, over 20 years of establishment, construction and development, the Unions of Science and Technologies Associations of TayNinhTV Province has enhanced the roles of gathering, uniting and promoting the intellectual of science and technology. Member associations in the union system have increased in quantities and quality, coordinate and create favorable conditions for member associations and members to promote their creativity to serve the cause of industrialization and modernizations of the province.
The Union of Science and Technology Associations of TayNinhTV Province was established under Decision number 148, dated October 7, 2003, of the Chairman of the People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province, is a member of the Vietnam Union of Science and Technology Associations and of the Vietnam Fatherland Branch of TayNinhTV Province, with the function of gathering, unite scientific and technological intellectuals. Act as a bridge between member associations, collective members and agencies of the party, state, Vietnam Fatherland Front and other social political organizations. Every year, TayNinhTV Association has promptly implemented and thoroughly mastered the party's guidelines, directives and resolutions, policies and laws of the state, especially issues related to intellectuals and science and technology to member associations in the union system. Starting on March 1, 2005, the Union of Associations organized the first Congress of Delegates for the term of 2005 and 2010. At that time, the union system has 7 member associations, including Horticultural Association, Oriental Medicine Association, Medical and Pharmaceutical Association, Nursing Association, Lawyers Association, Architects Association, Informatics Association, with a total of more than 5,100 members. Up to now, the union system has a total of 19 members associations with more than 8,700 members. Up to now, the union is the standing agency organizing 8 types of the science and technology innovation contest, with a total of 990 solutions participating in the contest. In 2021, the Union of Associations shall assume the right responsibility for and coordinate with the Department of Science and Technology in advising the Provincial People's Committee to promulgate regulations on selection and honor the titles of typical scientific and technological intellectuals, typical creative labor, young talents of science and technology. In TayNinhTV Province, in 2023, in collaboration with related units, the Provincial People's Committee will successfully organize the honoring ceremony with 35 honored individuals. Up to now, TayNinhTV has 4 science and technology intellectuals honored by the Vietnam Union of Science and Technology Intellectuals. We believe that in the coming time, under the leadership of the party, specifically under the direct leadership of the Provincial Committee, TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee and the Provincial Union of Associations will continue to promote quality of the stature of the province with the belief of the Vietnam Union of Associations and party authorities at all levels, promoting creative dynamism and taking the lead in the activities of the Vietnam Union of Associations, continuing to promote with the spirit of strength. We will achieve more achievements and contribute more to the cause of the Union of Associations, the Vietnam Union of Associations, the province as well as the whole country. Member associations and collective members have made great efforts to fulfill their functions and tasks. The command and mode of operation of the union have always been renewed in the direction of improving quality and being more comprehensive, which has been seen by the party ministry, local authorities, departments and mass organizations. The organizational development and promotion of the activities of the union are essentials in the period of economic development and integration of the province.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the monitoring section of the Provincial People's Council on the implementation of the National Targets Program on new rural development in the periods of 2021-2025 in the province, the monitoring delegation pointed out some difficulties in implementing a number of criteria, including clean water.
Criteria for clean water in new rural construction, the targets for the percentage of households using clean water according to standards from the centralized water supply system for new rural communes is equal to or above 30% or more. For advanced new rural communes is equal to or above 65%. Through the recent survey of the delegations of the Provincial People's Council, the time of small water supply, household water supply such as using boreholes, household water filters, accounted for the majority. The proportion of households using clean water from centralized water supply projects in the province is quite low, accounting for only 12.1%. There are many places that do not have a centralized water supply system. Through surveys, most localities do not meet this target according to regulations. The delegation surveyed the water supply system in Mộc-Bài urban area. This is a water supply system for An Chánh commune of Bến Cầu district. Two communes of Phước Bình, Phước Trị, Tràng Bàng Thảo to be put into operation from March 24, 2023, but only operate about 10.4% of the desired capacity. There are 5 pipelines invested but cannot be connected, causing waste. In Bến Cầu area, every commune has a need for clean water, especially Lợi Thuận area has only one water supply station. The demand is very large, designed for people to use water to ensure health. Currently, the appraisal of these indicators is mainly carried out to take local water samples to go to random tests to evaluate, so the results do not reflect the quality of clean water in the locality. As for communes that do not have centralized water supply works, this indicator must not be assessed and considered as achieved. With this assessment, it can be seen that the assessment of clean water criteria in new rural construction is not close to reality. The Provincial People's Committee reported to the monitoring delegation that the rural clean water supply infrastructure of the province is still small, not enough to meet the demand of rural households. The province will continue to invest in more water supply stations concentrated in residential areas in it. In addition, the province is currently connecting the urban clean water system to the countryside, which will serve the clean water demand for many residential areas. The Department of Conservation and Plant Protection of TayNinhTV said that the summer-autumn rice crop in 2023 in the whole province will be reduced to nearly 46,700 hectares, equal to 99% of the rice area in the same period. By the end of September, on this rice crop area was harvested, the average yield was estimated at 5.5 tons per hectare. The total output was more than 250,000 tons. Like some reverse crops, this year's summer-autumn rice fields appear white wing harbors, leaflets, but in mild severity, often appearing in late seed plots. However, it does not affect the yield much. On the contrary, the price of rice is higher than reverse crops. Many traders come to buy fresh rice in the field. Rice growers are very happy. The largest area cultivation area in Hoa Thanh Town is the Vam Cỏ Đồng Riverside area in Long Thanh Nam commune. This crop has some of the latest harvested rice areas due to the latest seedling, so the price is also higher than in early harvest areas. The family of Mr. Phạm Văn Ninh has been growing rice here for nearly 30 years, and he affirmed that there has never been a crop with rice price as high as this summer-autumn crop. Previously, the winter-spring crop rice had increased, but this summer-autumn crop was even higher. He cultivated 5 hectares, harvested later than everywhere. The average yield was 5.5 to 6 tons per hectare, but sold for 7,800 Vietnam đồng per kilogram. At the time of cultivation of this year's summer-autumn rice crop, fertilizer price also decreased compared to previous crops. Most farmers who have just finished harvesting easily sell fresh rice in the field. The price of rice increases over the same period, unlike many years ago. Towards the end of the season, rice tend to increase. The rice cultivator said that if the rice is as high as this year, rice growers will regain trust in this traditional crop.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.